Welcome to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, Z98.7 FM. I'm Brett Loftus, riding solo here this afternoon. Well, it's still morning time here in Demorest, GA, but it's afternoon matchup between the Christopher Newport captains and the Birmingham-Southern Panthers. First up for Christopher Newport, their starting nine. It's going to be Connor Clark leading off playing center field. Justin Likas playing second base. Jay Cassidy hitting third and playing first. Designated hitter Kyle Schofield hitting cleanup. Left fielder Scott Crossan batting fifth. Batting sixth, the right fielder Justin Bowers. Batting seventh, the catcher Drew Caroline. Batting eighth, the third baseman Braden Hodges. And rounding out the nine will be the shortstop Jonathan Fisher. On the mound, making his season debut will be the big left-hander Dylan Weber. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, we'll have the starting nine for the Panthers of Birmingham-Southern. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here at the Milk Jug, I'm Brett Loftus, and we have the starting nine for the Birmingham-Southern Panthers. They are playing against Christopher Newport today. It's the captains versus the Panthers. But first, we're going to have the national anthem before we have the starting nine, so we'll go to the field for that. All right, let's play some baseball. Back down to the diamond. We're going to have Birmingham-Southern starting nine. Leading us off to third baseman Brian Williams. Batting second, he usually wears 7, but he'll be wearing 20 today. Andrew Dutton and playing second base. Playing the right field, batting third, Cole Stedman. Shortstop, cleanup hitter Noah Best. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Ian Hancock. The catcher is going to be Jack Fleming, and hitting sixth. Hitting seventh, the center fielder Camden McNerney. Hitting eighth, the first baseman Wes Diamandis. And then rounding us out will be the left fielder Will Lantis. On the mound will be Ricky Harrison. We're going to take another short break, and then we're going to come back for first pitch here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here at Louder Milk Field, I'm Brett Loftus. Alongside me today is Brett Loftus. I'll be riding solo here this afternoon. The home team in this matchup between Birmingham-Southern and CNU, the Christopher Newport captains, is going to be BSC. They're going to take the field first. As it looks like defensively, Jack Fleming behind the plate, Wes Diamandis at first, Andrew Dutton, who usually wears number 7, wearing number 20 at second base today, Noah Best at short, Brian Williams at third, left, right in your outfield, Will Landis, Caden McNerney, and then, Camden McNerney, also known as Cam, and then Cole Stedman out there in right field. Ricky Harrison going to be on the mound, the sophomore right-hander. Appeared in 11 games as a freshman, started 6, 2-2 record with a 3.72 ERA last year, 31 strikeouts to 21 walks. BSC, the number 7 team in the nation, they're looking to go back to Alabama with a 2-1 record. They beat down Cal Lee in their first game of the year, 14-2 Friday, and then yesterday up 7-0 against the Lions. Piedmont scores 18 unanswered, and then a 2-run bomb there in the top of the 9th inning by Shane Nelson made it an 18-9 game, and that was the final score. Connor Clark's going to lead us off here. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3 for CNU. Beautiful uniform game as BSC looks exactly like the home pinstripes of the Chicago White Sox to a T. Just replaced the White Sox logo with the Birmingham-Southern logos. First pitch of the day is going to be a fastball outside to the left-handed hitting Connor Clark. Big Toronto Blue Jays, Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royal vibes with these CNU jerseys. Royal blue, baby blue jerseys, white pants, baby blue stirrups, and then royal blue helmets as Connor Clark fouls that one up and out of play here to make it 1-1. Will Landis back in the lineup today for BSC and playing left field. Good to see. He was injured yesterday in the Piedmont game, had to exit. Glad to see him out there on the diamond today. 1-1 on the way yet again. This is fouled up and out of play. 1-2 now to the left-handed hitting Connor Clark. Clark 3 for 10 thus far through 2 ball games. Also has 2 RBIs. One of the very best leadoff hitters in the country right here. Ricky Harrison's 1-2 on the way. Connor Clark just able to tip that one back to the backstop here. Obviously not as many people as we had yesterday afternoon, rather should I say, for the Piedmont BSC matchup. But still some BSC people that made the trip. There's a few Christopher Newport fans as well. Ricky Harrison will do the 1-2 yet again. It won't catch the outer half, low and away, even up at 2-2. First pitch about 11:58 a.m. It's going to be 48 degrees, but sunny here in Demorest. 2-2 delivery on the way, smack down the left field line and foul into the netting. Connor Clark staying alive here, first AB of the game. Again, 2 really good hitting teams here between BSC and Christopher Newport. Both to put up some runs this weekend thus far. Ricky Harrison will do the 2-2 again. Connor Clark chops this one out to second. Dutton having to make a tough play. He will. Throws it over to first to Diamandis for out number 1. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be the 2-hole hitter of Justin Likas. Justin Likas, he's only appeared and started in 1 or 2 games thus far, and obviously making his second career start, the freshman today. Still looking for that first collegiate hit, as he went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in his first career start. Hitting into 2-hole today, Likas in the field, will be playing second base. Ricky Harrison into his windup, big curveball there, almost caught Likas on the calf. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup here. As we mentioned, the shadows shouldn't be that much of an issue today. Wind probably blowing less than 1 mile per hour. It is blowing just a little bit. 1-0 on the way, fastball up and in. And a big swing and a miss there from Justin Likas. BSC defense playing pretty straight up for the exception of Brian Williams down there at third, playing on the edge of the infield grass. 1-1 on the way. That fastball's up and out of the zone, way up and out of the zone. Even it up at, gets ahead now, 2-1 for Ricky Harrison. Harrison working with some tempo as we see a lot of young pitchers do these days. He'll take a long time this time, though. 2-1 on the way. Chopped off the plate there, even it up at 2-2. Harrison's got a bit of a glitch in his windup, you might say. Not a glitch, but kind of a hesitation. He's got a big leg kick here. And then it kind of hesitation there. This was chopped down the third base line, back in by Williams. Over to first, Diamandis had to make a bit of a stretch there, but they'll get him for out number 2. So Ricky Harrison 1-2, and now facing one of the best two-way players in the country, the left-handed hitting Jay Cassidy. Saw Jay Cassidy start the other night against the Lions on the mound, and now for the second consecutive ball game, Cassidy is going to start at first base here for the Captains. So far, Cassidy's lone hit, it was his first swing of the year, in which he sent one deep out of right center field here at Loudermilk Field. First one he'll take off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. As CNU has a plethora, I tell you, of two-way guys. 1-0 on the way. That one's going to bounce about 58 feet from Ricky Harrison. As Cassidy, the big left-hander, 2-0, he's ahead. On the way. Looked like he check swung there. Did he go? First base umpire agrees. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Ricky Harrison, 2-1 on the way. Big change up there. And that'll be our first deuces wide on the day. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. I think I put my hand on who Ricky Harrison reminds me of. If you remember the Florida Marlins right-hander Ricky Nolasco, it's kind of who Ricky Harrison reminds me of. 2-2 on the way. This one fouled up and out of play. Keep it even at 2-2. Kind of having a glove right in front of the face before you go into the windup. That little hesitation there, and then just sits his left leg on the mound there. Harrison will step off this time. Got to readjust himself. While he does that, Cassidy will step out, take a practice swing. Harrison steps back on. 2-2 on the way. Cassidy takes it. It's going to be a change-up a little bit low there. The first base dugout of Birmingham-Southern disagrees with the call. It'll run it full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Harrison looking to go 1-2-3 here in the top half of the first. Full count delivery on the way. This one's set up in the air. Harrison trying to chase it down, as well as the backstop Fleming. It will land in the CNU dugout, so we'll do the full count delivery yet again. These baby blue uniforms, can I get over how good they look? The captains across the front, number on the front as well, towards the left, the bottom left of the front of the uniforms. White lettering here. Get the royal blue ring around the sleeves. Just some incredible looking uniforms. The CNU off the top of the back there where the nameplate would be. Very, very nice uniforms. Pullovers as well, kind of a very throwback 80s look. Wow, like I said, the button downs for BSC, very Chicago White Sox-esque. Full count on the way. This one will bat at 59 feet. So Jay Cassidy able to work himself a walk there. Cassidy, his second walk of the year thus far. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Kyle Schofield. Schofield got the start yesterday against Cal Lou, went 1 for 4. Christopher Newport dropped it to Cal Lou yesterday, 7-2. Schofield checked his swing there. They'll say he didn't go. 1-0. Fastball up and out of the zone there from Harrison. First time he'll work out of the stretch here today. Harrison looks over at Cassidy at first. Not a big lead from him. That fastball catches the outer half to the left-handed hitting Schofield. 1-1. Left-handed heavy right up. It's going to go lefty, right, righty, lefty, 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 and then 4 righties to end it out. So pretty split here for CNU as Jack Fleming drops that fastball top of the zone. A called strike 2 anyway. See a lot of left-handed bats here, and they're pretty much all through the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, and 5. As the 4-hole hitter Kyle Schofield at the dish right now. Harrison comes set out there, needing one more pitch to get out of the top half of the first. 1-2 on the way. This one's sent up in the air. Brian Williams was chasing it down behind third base. He'll have room. He catches it for out number 3. So 1-2 retired. Jay Cassidy able to draw a walk. And then Kyle Schofield pops out to Brian Williams for out number 3. Going to the bottom half of the first, still deadlocked at 0. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Home half for the first inning. That means the Birmingham-Southern Panthers get to pick up the sticks and swing them for the first time here this afternoon. On the mound today for CU, for Newport Captains, they're going to throw Dylan Weber out there. In 2021, he made 12 starts. That was all 12 of his appearances. Going 6-3, the ERA a bit higher than you would like it to be, 6.15. Strikeout to walk ratio pretty good though, 59 strikeouts to 24 walks. Junior left-hander out there on the mound. Weber stands at about 6 foot even, 185, as he is from Sterling, Virginia. So we're going to get to see a guy who made 12 starts last year, obviously experienced out there as a starter. As we mentioned there, the ERA, not what you want it to be, but nonetheless, he's got a chance to change all of that here in 2022 and making his first start of the year. Leading us off is going to be the third baseman, Brian Williams. Brian has made an appearance in all 3 games thus far for BSC, as he started Friday's matchup against Cal-Lou and then was an in-game replacement yesterday against Piedmont when starting third baseman Will Landis was injured. Landis is back in the lineup today and will be in left field batting 9th. Looks like Weber's going to pitch out at a stretch here. First pitch from him, taken high, 1-0. Saw Brian Williams make 2 out of the 3 outs there in the top half of the first for BSC. And now he'll lead us off here in the home half. Brian Laster attended Laster High School. Also with the starting third baseman for your Lions attended Mr. Kyle Carlson, who reached base all 5 times last night, 3 for 3 with 2 walks. So seeing some good third baseman play out of Laster High School. One ball, no strikes here to the senior third baseman. 1-0 here. Brian went off at that one outside. It'll catch the outer half. 1-1. Around the diamond here for CNU defensively, Caroline behind the plate, Cassidy at first, Likas at second, Fisher at short, Hodges at third, left, right in your outfield, Crossan, Clark, and Bowers. 1-1 on the way. Williams will lay off of that one as well, as it was way outside to the right-handed hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coming set out there is Weber. 2-1 on the way. And there's a changeup to this side in the inner half there, 2-2. You can tell the difference of these guys. You can tell BSC plays in the Southeast. Most of their guys have on sleeves, and some of their guys in the dugout have on coats. None of the CNU guys, hardly except for the left fielder, Scott Crossan, have on sleeves, all the way at least. As they're from Newport News, Virginia. Brian Williams strikes out on a changeup on the inner half for strike number 3. Birmingham-Southern, obviously from Birmingham, Alabama. Number 17 in the nation, and stepping up to the dish will be the second baseman, left-handed hitting Andrew Dutton. Usually number 7, if you're watching at home and wondering why your roster says number 7, he's wearing number 20. We don't know either, but we know that BSC has an empty number 20 on their roster, so you can only assume that maybe Mr. Dutton's jersey is dirty or if he got it or something, and they gave him number 20 to play in this afternoon. First pitch there up and out of the zone, 1-0 count now. Little first lefty-lefty matchup for Dylan Weber out there on the bump today. As we mentioned, they're pitching out of the stretch. All of these guys wearing the baby blue stirrups, man. That is just such a beautiful combo. 1-0 on the way, same pitch, a little bit lower though, 1-1. Dugouts have to play a bit more of an impact today as far as almost like the fan light atmosphere. Piedmont obviously had a lot of big crowds here this weekend. Not a lot of big crowds for the visiting teams. So you hear the dugouts a little bit more vocal today. Does that look like a slider or a slur or something there? It's covered away from the left-handed hitting Dutton. Will not catch the outer half. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. Beautiful day here in Demorest. Besides it being a little nippy, it is no clouds in the sky. That one hit down the left field line, even it up at 2-2. Again, 49 degrees here, 50 degrees in the northeast Georgia mountains is a lot cooler than it is in a lot of other places. So a lot of people bundled up out here in the stands today. The captains from Newport News, Virginia, though, they are, I guess it's almost like regular weather to them. Like we said, a lot of those guys don't even have on sleeves. 2-2 on the way. That one will bounce at about 57 feet. As Andrew Dutton has worked it full at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. The only bit of yellow in BSC's uniform is the yellow tint around the back numbers, as their color palette is black, white, and yellow. Beautiful colors there. Weber comes set, full count on the way. That was sent down the third base line. Diving stop, Braden Hodges. He picks it up, fires it across the diamond. Cassidy made a good play there to dig it out, but Dutton will beat the throw by just a step. Bang, bang played first. Braden Hodges, what a diving stop. But an infield single run from Andrew Dutton. And that'll be our first hit of the ball game for either side. Stepping up to the dish now. The powerful right fielder, Cole Stedman. We saw Stedman hitting the 3-hole on Friday. He's hitting the 2-hole yesterday and back, I assume, where he's comfortable at in that 3-hole. Stedman knocking the cover off the baseball thus far. 5 for 8, as well as a homer and 3 RBIs. I mean, really, if you're a baseball in Demorest, Georgia, you don't want to see this guy at the plate right now. He'll take one off the plate. Well, what I thought was off the plate. Fastball lower and out of his lower half of his zone, rather. 0-1. Another lefty-lefty matchup here. There's a very evenly distributed righty-lefties throughout the BSC lineup. Head coach John Harper for CNU liked to put his lefties right dead there in the middle, and Jan Weisberg of BSC kind of spreaded his guys out. Throw it back over there at first. Cassidy won't even apply the tag down to Dutton. Stay at 0-1 at the plate, 1 out. Double play opportunity here, obviously, with Dutton over there at first. He got 2 pretty good plus speed guys, though, with Dutton at first and then Stedman coming out of the box here. 0-1 delivery. That's taken on the hands. Almost hit him on the wrist there, like a change-up, 1-1. We do have a couple of puppy dogs out here today at Loudermilk Field. Just had a beautiful white lab pup just walk by our press box. We got one right down there just beyond the BSC bullpen down the first base line. I cannot tell what it is. So, by all means, if you come out to Loudermilk Field, bring your puppy dog with you. 1-1 on the way. Cole takes that one low and in. Looked like he hit in the dirt about 59 feet. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out. Defense playing straight up here for CNU. We've seen Kyler Clark all weekend kind of play to his right a little bit. He'll shade on your screen if you are watching us here at Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. He's shading a little bit towards the left of the 400 sign. Today he's a little bit towards the right of it, to his left out there in center field. They'll check Dutton over there at first. Cassidy taps him on his backside, 2-1. I would say this is the biggest sporting event going on in Demorest, Georgia today. But it probably won't be the most watched as we have the Super Bowl going on this evening. The L.A. Rams playing the Cincinnati Bengals. We did have a team out from L.A., Cal-Lou, about an hour south, played in this early spring tournament. Is that even up now? Big curveball at 2-2. Hope Cal-Lou got back safely. as we assume they went home last night or maybe even this morning. They might be on a 747 right now, but we did have a relation to the Super Bowl, though, with Cal-Lou this weekend. Cal-Lou actually and the L.A. Rams. L.A. Rams use Cal-Lou as their practice facility, or have in years past. Dallas Cowboys did back in the 80s when Tom Landry was the coach as well. Just some fun facts for you this weekend. 2-2, that fastball's way out the plate there and running full at 3-2. Again, the tournament here was Piedmont, Cal-Lou, and then these two teams out here today, BSC and Christopher Newport. 6 games, round-robin type of tournament. Each team plays each other. Piedmont finished 2-1. Cal-Lou finished 2-1. Christopher Newport 0-2 right now. BSC 1-1. Full count on the way. This one's chopped down the first. Cassidy 3-6. Was going to try and get the 3-6-1 double play, but Weber couldn't get there in time. So Dutton out at second. Stedman able to reach over there at first via the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the shortstop, Noah Best. Noah Best, he's 3 for 10 in the series thus far, in the tournament rather, should I say. Scored 2 runs, he's drawn a walk as well. All these guys for BFC have really played great baseball. Putting up 9 runs last night, but still being doubled by Piedmont, 18-9. And then they put up a whopping 14 against Cal-Lou on Friday. Putting up 23 runs in 2 ball games. I'd say that's a pretty good offense right there. First pitch, fastball in the inner half to the right-handed hitting Noah Best. He'll take that one 1-0. For CNU, they have only put up 7 runs thus far. But they've only allowed 13. They got beat 6-5 by Piedmont and 7-2 yesterday by Cal-Lou. Some lower scoring contest there for Cal-Lou. They'll check Stedman over there at first. As BSC in football terms, we've talked about the Rams, almost remind you of the greatest show on turf. They might not have the best pitching, but they have some hot bats, and they're just going to try to go out there and outscore you almost. And again, it's still cold out here. Maybe pitchers trying to find their location as this one's chopped down to third. Hodges over to first. Going to get Cassidy for out number 3. So Stedman able to reach via the fielder's choice. Before him, Andrew Dutton got the first hit of the game, an infield single. But Stedman will be left out there stranded. It's only 1 hit, no runs, no errors. Heading to the top half of the second. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM at Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here from the milk jug, Brett Loftus riding solo here this afternoon. Top half of the second, CNU will pick up the bats for their second time. As Ricky Harrison out there on the mound for the Panthers, Birmingham-Southern will work on his second inning of work. He went 1-2, walked Jay Cassidy on the top half of the first, and the retired Schofield via a pop-out. As I mentioned there, with it being cold, sometimes you're going to see pitchers' duels. And that's what we've seen only through a small sample size of 1 inning thus far. Ball doesn't usually fly as well out of here when it's cold. Ball was flying out of the yard yesterday. We had a bunch of homers hit Friday and Saturday. Thursday is a little bit of a colder game in Piedmont's open day versus Cal-Lou. Big swing and a miss there from the leadoff hitter Scott Crossan, 0-1. But kind of these colder games up here in Demorest, you're not going to see a lot of extra base hits and usually hardly any homers. But maybe these teams will prove me wrong here today. 0-1 on the way. Another big swing and miss there. Fastball in the outer half to the left-handed hitting Scott Crossan. 0-2. It's right-hander Ricky Harrison. Looks like he's got a big fastball, and he complements that well with a changeup and maybe looks like a curveball. 0-2. That almost hit Crossan in the ankle. He dances out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harrison goes into his windup here. 1-2. Oh, there was that changeup. Mama ordered it. Mama got it. Strike number 3 out, number 1 here. Bringing that up to the dish will be the right-handed hitting right fielder, Justin Bowers. Justin Bowers, Jr. He's only appeared in 1 of the 2 games thus far. Now making his 2nd start of the year right here. He is 1 for 4 as he had an RBI. He just had a double in his lone start as he'll take a first pitch ball there outside to him. 1-0. One-0 delivery here. Swing and miss there on that slider. Even it up at 1-1. Harrison so far has not worked behind in counts. I think his biggest deficit he's been behind is 1 pitch. Maybe a 1-0, maybe a 2-1, 3-2 type deal. But he's not really getting deep in negative counts. As then again, you'll see him bounce one right there, 2-1. He's only worked 3-1 once today, and I think that was the Jay Casty back in the first. He did end up walking him, though. So Harrison not getting too far behind when he does thus far in this small sample size we have. 2-1 on the way. This one sent out to the right side of the infield. First hitter today for the Captains. As that was hitting between the first baseman and second baseman. So Cole Stedman has to make the play out there in right field. He'll get it back in. So now standing over there on first will be Bowers. And now the backstop, Drew Caroline, steps up to the plate. Drew Caroline in this series, only 1 for 6 at the plate. But what he's done defensively behind it, I think, has really helped CNU the most. Very, very good defensive catcher. First pitch to him, hit way up in the air. Second baseman, center fielder, shortstop all converging on it. And the shortstop, Noah Best, makes the play in shallow center field. But like once that ball hit the stratosphere, it just died up there. And that'll be the second out here in the top half of the second. Braden Hodges. If we had a throwback guy of the tournament, this would be him. No batting gloves, no sleeves. This man has worn stirrups all 3 games now. I mean, just old school. No wristbands, nothing on the arms. First pitch to him, he'll take an inner half fastball, 0-1. Hodges hitting from the right side, so we got a righty-righty matchup between he and Ricky Harrison. Runner over there on first, Justin Bowers. Harrison 0-1 delivery. Good fastball, hit about the same spot at a little end, still gets the strike call. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Both teams with 1 hit apiece now. Harrison looks in, looks back at first. He'll come set. 0-2. Whoa, that was up near the dome top of Mr. Bowers. Excuse me, Mr. Hodges. Did not appreciate that too much. 1-2 now. Looked like that one got away from Ricky Harrison just for a moment. 1-2 on the way now, and that'll hit him in the shoulder. Hodges flexes. Man, this guy says it's 40-something degrees. I'm not wearing no sleeves, no gloves. I get hit right in my shoulder blade, and I flex toward the dugout. Talk about a gritty just player. That's Braden Hodges down in there at first base. Then it'll bring up the 9-hole hitter to shortstop, Jonathan Fisher. Fisher started both games at shortstop, this being the 3rd today. Hasn't recorded a hit yet. He 0 for 7 with only 1 strikeout. So he's putting the ball in play, just hasn't recorded a hit yet. Big curveball there from Harrison. Harrison not able to catch the pitch back, or excuse me, the throwback from the catcher, Jack Fleming, as his pitch missed there, 1-0 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second here. Bowers out at second. Over at first, Hodges, after he pulled the incredible hook, getting hit and flexing down there at first. And then now you got Fisher at the dish here. 1-0 delivery. This one's fouled and hits the post that we have holding up the netting, not the netting, rather the post, which went back in play. Heard a large ding here. It's one of the loudest strikes I think I've heard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here, 2 runners on. Ricky Harrison, first trouble either pitcher's had to really deal with today. First runner in scoring position, 1-1 on the way. Looked like that one was a little bit off the plate there. Looked like that curveball. 2 balls, 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Jonathan Fisher. Still looking for his first hit of the year. Harrison will come set. He'll look back to second twice, delivers the 2-1 home, and now to catch the outer half off-speed pitch, and deuces wide for yet again the second time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the second time deuces wide, we got 2 runners on. And number 2 is at the plate. Man, talk about the deuces going wild. They're going crazy right now. 2-2 on the way. Oh, and that curveball bit him at the plate. Ricky Harrison walks towards the plate and it'll walk back to his first base dugout. A little swagger there from the sophomore right-hander. 2 left on base off of 1 hit. And now we'll go to the bottom half of the second, still deadlocked at 0. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. The left-hander Dylan Weber going to take the mound yet again there in his second inning of work here in the bottom half of the second for the CNU Captains. Due up now 5, 6, and 7 for the Panthers of Birmingham-Southern. I'm Brett Loftus here, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. It's a bit of a chilly day here in Demorest, GA, as the Captains from Newport, Virginia, Christopher Newport University, take on the Panthers from Birmingham-Southern College. We'll lead us off here to designated hitter Ian Hancock. As Hancock, perfect in the tournament thus far. I know I probably just jinxed him, but he's hitting 1,000 on the year. And it is not a cheap 1,000 either. 7 for 7 Hancock is hitting. He's also been able to draw 2 walks as well. So the man is 9 for 9 getting on base thus far this season. He'll take a strike on the outer half there. 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here between Hancock and Dylan Weber out there on the bump. Dylan Weber gave up 1 hit there in the bottom half of the first, but otherwise looked pretty good. Another strike called there on the outer half quickly. 0-2 to Hancock. Hitting 1,000 through 2 baseball games is very difficult. 7 for 7 thus far on the season. See if Hancock can continue it here. 0-2 on the way. Swinging this there the first time he'll get out this season. And Dylan Weber will get him out with a fastball up and away for a swing and miss here in out number 1.
Now batting the catcher, Jack Fleming.
It'll be the second strikeout of the ball game there. Both have led off the innings. Has struck out the leadoff man Brian Williams in the home half of the first. Now Hancock here. Now the left-handed hitting catcher, Jack Fleming. Fleming caught on opening day for BSC on Friday. Played first yesterday. Now back behind the plate today. Hits this one down the first to Jake Cassidy. Jake Cassidy steps on first unassisted. Out number 2. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be Camden McNerney, or just Cam.
Now back to center fielder, Camden
having a pretty good series thus far. 2 for 9. 2 runs scored. Both of his hits have been extra base hits in the form of doubles. McNerney has not struck out thus far. He also hasn't walked, so all 7 of his outs have been in play. First pitch to him looked like a changeup to kind of bend him back a little bit. 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup here with the left-handed Webber on the mound, right-handed hitting Camden McNerney at the plate. 0-1 on the way. Big curveball there, just sat in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. And Dylan Webber is 1 strike away from one of the quickest 3-up, 3 downs I think I've ever seen. Possibly. 0-2 on the way. This one's hit down the right field line. McNerney almost spoiled that one, but it'll go up and out of play near our forest here down the right field line. We'll do the 0-2 yet again. Still got the Winter Olympics on as well. Speaking of the Super Bowl, really got the Winter Olympics on. Big sporting events today in WGA. This one being the biggest, though. 0-2 on the way. Hit up and out of play yet again, so we'll do the 0-2 yet again. Feels like we're doing the Winter Olympics today with how cold it is here. Goodness. It's just so, it's just that, like, stale coldness, which I'm sure they're experiencing over there in Beijing. They want to watch a little bit of the Winter Olympics. Hit me up on the socials, at Brett M. Loftus on Twitter. Let me know what your favorite event to watch in the Winter Olympics is. Wish they could have baseball in the Winter and Summer Olympics. That'd be pretty cool. We're playing for the winner today. 0-2 on the way from Webber. This one's hit out to left field. Carlson broke in. Now he'll have to break back. He drops it. McNerney goes to second. Carlson gets it back in. Throw. Impressive throw from the winner track. Fisher. Excuse me, that'll be to the second base. See if that scored an error or a double. Is now up to the dish is the DH, the first baseman today was the DH yesterday, left-handed hitting Wes Diamantis. A hard-hit baseball. It's probably hit about 330 feet out there in the left center field. Waiting for the rule in there. And they will say McNerney reached via an E7. Standing out there on second, runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Diamantis takes one there. Looked like that curveball was in the dirt, 1-0. Diamantis hit one of probably the most impressive homers I've seen here in my time at Piedmont. As he's a left-handed hitter, he guide one out over the left center field fence, about the deepest part of left center. The other day against Cal, that was on Friday afternoon. 1-0 on the way to him. He'll take a fastball there. Might have been a strike, a little out. 2 balls, no strikes now. Home half of the second. McNerney out there on second. Reached via a 2-bag error out there in left field by Scott Crossan. Webber comes set on the ball. 2-0 on the way. Diamantis takes a big curveball there. It'll catch the outer half, 2-1. 2 outs here. Webber's really dealing with his first danger that he's been in all day. As both pitchers, first time in the second frame, they've had to deal with guys in scoring position. See if Webber pitches out of it just like his adversary, Ryan Harrison, did. Diamantis, that one's hit way up in the air, out to left field. Crossan going to get it. Can he find it? He will find this one and catch it for out number 3. So 2 up, McNerney, 2-bag error. And then pop out there from Wes Diamantis to inning number 2. No hits, 1 out, no runs, heading to the top of the third. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Lineup's going to turn back over here for Christopher Newport. I'm Brett Loftus here from Louder Milk Field. Ricky Harrison throws his first pitch of the third inning. Hit way up in the air out there to left field, shallow left. The shortstop, Noah Best, is going to go back on it instead. The left fielder, Will Antis, he'll get his first work of the day. It's called out to shortstop for out number 1. One pitch, one quick out there. As now up to the bench is going to be the second baseman, Justin Light. Freshman second baseman, grounded out his first time around. Still looking for his first collegiate hit. See if he can get it right here. That only bounce about 58 feet to the right-handed Lycus. Brian Williams down at third. I found it interesting. A lot of third basemen this weekend were playing the edge of the infield grass. So not a lot of room on the high corner. We'll see this one be hit up and behind that play, 1-1. Obviously playing down there at the hot corner anyway. You're going to play with a little bit of depth, maybe give you an extra 5 feet. But the third baseman this weekend, not only Williams, but a lot of them we've seen playing on the edge of that infield grass all weekend. 1-1 out of bounds, 58 feet, and now say Lycus swung. You know, maybe it's where we're sitting at up here in the press box. I'll give the umpires the benefit of the doubt. Well, we've seen a lot of check swings this weekend that I'm just not sure about there. It looked like Lycus able to hold back, but instead we have 1-2 on the way. And a curveball looked like that caught the outer half, but it'll be outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 1 away. Ricky Harrison working pretty well thus far. First time in the order. Only other guy to reach was via walk, and that was Jay Cassidy, who stands on deck. That one's hit the third base line and left of the bag. Brian Williams doesn't have to make a play on that one, as we'll have to do the 2-2 yet again. Our American flag out there in right center field is starting to pick up some momentum, blowing just ever so slightly. Harrison goes into the windup, 2-2. This one fouled back into the net. We'll do 2-2 yet again. We talked about Connor Clark, how he's playing out there in center field. Camden McNerney now playing a little bit to his left on your screen right of the 400 sign out there. 2-2 delivery. Big swing and a miss at a curveball there. And that one's set right in the bottom of the cradle. Is that a strike number 3 and out number 2? Jack Fleming threw it down the third and threw it over Brian Williams' head. Obviously nobody on base, no harm, no foul there. So now stepping up to the dish, the first baseman, Jay Cassidy. As we mentioned, he was able to reach there in the top of the first via a walk. First pitch to him. This one's hit out to right center field and deep. Getting on his horse, McNerney, going back. That'll hit the base of the wall. Cassidy's going to try and go 3. Getting this one back in. Cassidy head first slide into third. He'll belly flop in there for a triple. Honestly, McNerney could have made a play on that one, but he went back just a little bit in front of the base of the wall. But because of that. First 2 hits of the year for Jay Cassidy, a homer and a triple. This man has some big pop in that left-handed bat. 0-1 on the way. That one is outside. 0-1. Excuse me, 1-1, pardon me. 2 outs here, runner on third, Cassidy. 1-1 on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt there at 59 feet. 2 balls, 1 strike now, still with 2 outs. So Cassidy has reached twice today. Harrison, 2-1 delivery here. Swing and a miss there. Change up. That'll even us up at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The deuce is wild for the 3rd time today. Who would be in favor of? Ricky Harrison, 2-2. Chopped down the first, making a play on a Diamandis underhand flip to Harrison, covering at first for out number 3. So a ringing triple in the right center field gap by Jay Cassidy. He'll be stranded out there on third. 1-2. Cassidy reaches yet again. And then out number 3. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. Heading to the home half of the third. You're listening to baseball on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Dylan Weber now in his third inning of work here in the home half of the bottom of the third. CNU, the captains from Christopher Newport, they are going to be the visiting team today. And then the home team, BSC, the Birmingham-Southern Panthers, they are going to have 9-1-2 due up here. And leading us off will be the left fielder, Will Landis, then followed by the turnover of the lineup, Williams and Dutton, the top 2 hitters in the order. I'm Brett Loftus here from the Milk Jug out of Milkfield, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Will Landis, he has started in all 3 ball games, had to be taken out due to an injury, looked like to the face yesterday from Landis. Was so happy to see him here today. He was playing third base last night. Piedmont center fielder Carter Ballstadt stole third. Looked like the ball tipped off of the brim of Ballstadt's helmet and hit Lantis in the face. But again, so happy to see Will in the lineup and playing center field today. He's been pretty productive this series, 3 for 7 thus far. First pitch to him low, 1-0 count now. Lefty-righty matchup with Dylan Weber here. He's fared well through the BSC order almost one time through, as they've only got 1 hit there. It was an infield single. 1-0 on the way. This one's hit down the right field line. It'll be up and out of play there into the forestry. Actually hits a tree. How about that? Even it up at 1-1. Seeing a few more Birmingham-Southern fans following in here. Not as many Christopher Newport. 1-1 on the way. That one almost hits Lantis again. Big curveball going towards him. Hitting from the right side. 2 balls, 1 strike. Weber out of the stretch, as he has done all day long. 2-1. Again, Lantis had to have been out of the way. That fastball will catch the inner half, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes here, home half of the third inning. No runs, 2 hits, and an error there for Christopher Newport. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for BSC thus far. Weber comes set. Looks in. 2-2 on the way. Lantis chopper down to first. Cassidy can't make the play. It hit off the umpire, though. Little bang-bang play there. Umpire is in the field of play. If it wouldn't have hit off the umpire, it would have rolling down the right field line. We'll see what they call that officially. Here comes Brian Williams stepping up to the dish. So he struck out looking his first time around. So runner on first there, Lantis. Lantis will be granted an infield single. That's what I had it scored down here as well. Just waiting for the official scoring. So now that's his second hit. So 2 hits through 1 full time through the lineup for BSC. Now turning it around here, Brian Williams, the leadoff man. Williams will take a curveball low in there. 1 ball, no strikes here. Really impressed by Brian Williams. He's a really good third baseman defensively. I see him work some good ABs here at the plate as well. He did strike out looking his first time around, but he was able to work it to a full count the first at bat of the home half for BSC there in the first inning. See how fair here his second time around. 1-0. This one's hit out to left fielder to follow in front of the left fielder, Scott Crossan. First and second now. No outs. And that was a good piece of a baseball there. So runners on first and second. And that'll bring up to the dish the second baseman, Andrew Dutton. He had infield single first time around. Dutton, 4 RBIs in the Piedmont early spring tournament thus far as well, along with 4 runs scored. So this guy is a run producer, whether it be him scoring them or knocking them in. He's got a chance right here with his teammate Will Lannis out there at second base to be a run producer. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, he'll square around the chopper off of the plate. Drew Caroline barehanded it. It is foul since it did hit the plate, but what a play there by Caroline to catch that one behind his noggin. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here. Brian Williams and Will Annis on first and second for BSC. They will get the signs from their third base coach. Dutton back in the box. Cassidy and Hodges, the first and third baseman, will be on the edge here. Squaring around. Bunt is in the air. Hodges, the third baseman, and Drew Caroline, the backstop, couldn't get to that one down the third baseline. So now no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Do you have him square around again? Personally, I wouldn't. As that's kind of a cardinal rule of baseball. You don't square around with 2 strikes or 2 outs. But, hey, what do I know? You know, I'm just an announcer. Runners first and second, no outs. Cassidy over there at first, still playing on the edge of the infield grass. Hodges on the edge of the infield grass at third. Doesn't look like he'll square around yet. He won't, straight up here. Swing and miss there, strike 3. Good fastball, just pounding right by him in the top of the zone, Dylan Weber. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Cole Stedman. Stedman reached via fielder's choice there in his first time. Cole hit about a 445-foot bomb against Cal Lou on Friday. Very powerful bat from the left side. He and Jay Cassidy playing over there at first for CNU, probably the 2 most powerful left-handed bats I've seen in my time at Piedmont. They'll take that one in there. It bounces. Landis goes to second. Brian Williams will not get there. He will get to second in time. Excuse me, Landis second to third. Brian Williams kind of stutter-stepped in the middle of the baseline and then ended up going to second. He got there just in time. Will Landis was in the process of stealing anyway. So Landis will get the stolen base. Brian Williams advances on the wild pitch. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here. And now Cole Stedman hitting with 2 runners in scoring position. Weber comes set. 1-0. Good change up at the top. A little bit up and out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes now. Stedman steals back in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Taking Weber a long time to come set. He finally does. 2-0 on the way. Stedman chops 1 to third. Hodges makes the play. He'll have to go to first. Safe. Will Annis at home. Brian Williams advances to third. 1-0. The Panthers take the lead over the Captains. An RBI from Cole Stedman. Stedman kind of slams his helmet on his thighs. He walks back to the dugout. Maybe didn't want to trade it out for a run, but nonetheless, he's able to give his squad the lead. And now stepping up to shortstop, Noah Best. Best grounded out his first time around. He's got a chance to make it 2-0, maybe 3-0 if he can put one out there in the trees. He with 2 outs and Brian Williams standing on third. First pitch to him. Beautiful curveball settles in there from Dylan Weber. 0-1 count. Lefty-righty matchup here. 6-1 Best hitting from the right side. Weber out there on the mound. Best will square around, gets it back in time. Big curveball caught on the outer half for a strike now. Best working from behind. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Weber trying to stop the damage. Just one. 0-2 on the way. This one sent out to center field. Connor Clark on his horse in right center. Instead, Bowers gets his nose under it in right field for out number 3. So Cole Stedman grounds out, but in the process, able to bring Will down. So 1 run on 2 hits, and no errors. Head to the top of the bench party on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here at the Milk Jug off the Z98.7 FM. Only a few blemishes on his record, that's fine. For Christopher Newport, as he is working with the lead down, 1-0 there. RBI ground out from Cole Stedman in the bottom half of the third. He will face between Dutton at second and Diamandis over there at first. Righty-righty matchup here. Scott Carlson taking his lead over there at first. Top half of the fourth. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Christopher Newport thus far. 1 run, change up there, bottom half of the zone, 0-1 count. The scouting report pocket there, then he'll step back in the batter's box. Coming set, 0-1 on the way. This one's chopped down the third. Williams makes a good play, fires it across the infield for out number 1. Crossing it does advance to second on it. So now stepping up to the dish will be the backstop for CMU, Drew Caroline. Caroline, his first time around, flew out. So he's 0 for 1. Out there at second, Scott Carlson. Only 1 away here, so runner in scoring position. Big opportunity for CMU. And a big curveball there from Ricky Harrison. Good golly, missed Molly. That one just sat in the zone. Sometimes when teams eat fastball for breakfast, you got to pitch them backwards like that with a big 12-6 action from the right-hander Ricky Harrison. 0-1 on the run. This one sent to center field. McNerney on it. He'll catch it out there and center, a running grab. And what a great play McNerney made, able to get Carlson back to second. That one was kind of tailed away from McNerney to his left. He covered about probably 50 to 100 feet of ground out there to make that play. If he wasn't as fast as he was able to lay out for it, he would catch it in stride, fire it back into the infield, keep crossing at second, and record the second. Stepping up to the third baseman, Brandon Hodges. Hodges won the shoulder blade his first time around. He'll take a curveball there with some good bottom half. comes the pitch. Back forward, blocks it, able to keep it in front of him behind the plate. Crossing. Big opportunity for seeing you. 2-0 on the way from Ricky Harrison. Fastball looked high to me, but I guess he catches the top of the zone. 2-1 count now. We've seen a pretty consistent zone thus far from the umpire. More consistent for both sides, though. 2-1 on the run. In a half there. Like a curveball that just bent just enough on the inner half. And that'll run deuces wide for the fourth time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The most beautiful thing about deuces wide is it can turn into a rally, or it can turn into a quick out number 3. 2-2 in the way. That one will turn into a 4 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crossover second. Harrison. He's with the ball last 2 pitches. What will he throw here? 3-2. This one right up down the left field line. And it just went left to the foul line. So Harrison almost had the first big blemish on his resume all day. Instead, he gets to do the 3-2 yet again. See you in check here in another scoreless frame. Cross it out there on second. We'll see if he'll be in movement here. Nobody on first, but with a full count and 2 outs, might be in motion. Crossing not going 3-2. Hodges stepped out, but did not get time called. So fastball up and out of the zone, and that'll be ball 4. Head coach Jan Weisberg comes out of the BSCW. Hodges wanted time, stepped out, time. But again, time is not something that has to be granted. Weisberg looks to be trying to open his case. He's the home plate umpire. Definitely not talking about what they're going to do. Big disagreement there. It's back to the dugout. And again, I see where Weisberg's coming from. Obviously, definitely not what you want to happen. But then again, he's over. As that one bounces in the dirt, runs on first and second. Ricky Harrison got to bite down if he wants to keep it scoring. Right-hander. 2-0 on the way. Fastball up and out of the zone. And like most good catchers do, Jack Fleming is going to call time here with a 3-0 count. I mean, honestly, with Jonathan Fisher at the dish, he is your 9-hole hitter. You got one of the most prolific hitters, Connor Clark, back at the top of that lineup. Probably one of the most prolific hitters in the Coast-to-Coast Conference for CNU. Cannot afford to put him on. But instead they will, as that is going to be ball 4. We went from 1-0 to a 2-2 count to now the bases are juiced, and the best hitter in the CNU lineup stepping to the dish and Connor Clark. Connor's 0 for 2 with a ground fly out today. Good news is for Ricky Harrison, he can go back to pitching out of the windup. The pitching coach here for BSC will step out of the dugout, have a mound visit with him. Connor Clark, I mean, honestly, we mentioned him coming in to the series, has 188 career hits coming into the series, Now he has 191 career hits. He is only 9 hits away from getting 200. He'd be the 3rd player in CNU history. Led the team with 45 hits last year. Big left-hander. He's in a favorable matchup here facing the right-handed Ricky Harrison. Ricky Harrison, no silver lining for him. He's done a lot better out of the windup today than he has the stretch. And with the bases loaded and a guy on third now, he can get back to that windup. It's going to be out there on the 3rd, Scott Crossan. Drew Caroline on 2nd. And then over there at 1st, it's going to be Scott Crossan, Hodges, and then Fisher at 1st. Big swing and miss there, the changeup, 0-1 count. Biggest at bat of the game thus far. It's going to swing momentum in one way or the other depending on how it goes. 0-1 on the way. Big, looked like a curveball there. Almost caught the inner half to left-handed Connor Clark instead of able to up at 1-1 with just 2 outs. 1-1 delivery here. In the dirt, it gets to the backstop. It'll hit the brick backstop. Jack Fleming can't get it. Everybody moves up 1, and that'll tie the ball game all at 1. Coming home to score, Scott Crossan. Staying at 3rd now, Braden Hodges, and that's 2nd, Jonathan Fisher. And now you're giving Connor Clark a plus count here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Now Jonathan Fisher just has to worry about keeping it a tie ball game. Here's 2-1 on the way. Fastball up and out of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And it really seems like since Braden Hodges tried to call time and did not go, ended up walking, that kind of got to Ricky Harrison a little bit out there on the ball. 3-1 on the way. Swinging this there, the fastball up and out of the zone. That would have been ball 4. Instead, we run it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. 1 already home. Tie ball game, 1-1. You got 2 runners on at 2nd and 3rd. Ricky Harrison got a chance to keep it a tie ball game. Here it comes. Clark sends one down to 1st. Diamandis, tough play on the back end and able to catch it at 1st. Ricky Harrison holding his hat in his hand. How about that? So 1 run, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We got a tie ball game all yet again. Heading to the home half of the 4th inning. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Hitting designated hitter Ian Hancock, 5, 6, and 7. That's going to what's lead us off here from the Milk Jug in the home half of the 4th inning between the Christopher Newport Captains and the Birmingham-Southern Panthers. I'm Brett Loftus here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. So far, one run, 3 hits for BSC. It's not like it's been a terrific offensive game by any means, as both teams being able to bring it across. Out by Coach Stedman, how BSC brought theirs across, and then a pass ball by Ricky Harrison and Jack Fleming of BSC. Christopher Newport able to score 1 there in the top half of the 4th. Home half of the 4th. Now, ball sits outside. Even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strikes out Hancock for the second time. Fastball up and out of his own. Out. No. Left-handed bats we speak of. Tuesday night, men's, excuse me. College and Concordia, Chicago next weekend. Middleton, Tennessee on Friday, and then in Memphis on Saturday. Two on the way. Fastball to 1.5, and it'll catch McNerney lacking for strike number 3 and out number 2. Hancock still out there. Excuse me. Fleming still out there at first after. Weber comes set out there on the bump. First pitch here, curveball catches the outer half in the lefty-lefty matchup. 0-1. For all the Birmingham-Southern people watching, if you're thinking, man, I wish we could avenge that Piedmont loss last night. Well, the Panthers will have a chance to on April the 5th when Piedmont has to go down and play Birmingham-Southern at Birmingham-Southern. Diamandis, big swing and miss there, one up in the zone. 0-2 count now with 2 outs. That'll be at 7 p.m. a midweek matchup on a Tuesday. So Piedmont and Birmingham-Southern will play each other again. All the other teams in the tournament expected not to see each other again this year unless postseason play. Swing and a miss, fastball up in the zone. Diamandis swung under it. And after a walk there to Jack Fleming, Dylan Weber able to bite down and keep it a tie ball game at 1. Heading to the top of the 5th inning, you're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Got our first pitch. Panthers, Jack Stevens. Harrison exits after full. Harrison had a pretty good start today. He'll get as far as 13 appearances out of a pen. He was the second most used on 17 in the third innings, 23 strikeouts to 17 walks. 2, 3, and 4 up here for CNU. Leading us off is second baseman Justin Watkins. Matchup, big 12-6 curveball. As we'll see Stevens come in the stretch here. See him do that perfectly. Now, is that another big curveball on the outer half? Seen a lot of guys. One hops the wall. Lycus able to get into second with a sliding double. Finally, congratulations to Justin Lycus. His first collegiate hit. A one-hopper from the wall out there on the running track on a run to home. Again, congratulations. or give CNU the lead, for the first time in the ball game. They trailed. He's put himself in some trouble. The ball in the dirt. Good cut there from no, 2 runners. Back up the middle, hits the mound, and end up in center field. Lycus is going to score. Cassidy stays at second. Lycus scores 2-1 ball game. An RBI single there from Kyle Schofield. McNerney going to get it. He can't get it. It hits off of his belt. Cassidy's going to come home. They're going to hold up the runners at second and third, though. 3-1 ball game. CNU breaking it open here in the top of the fifth inning. Schofield at third. Cross at second. And now it's Powers. With a son. Already 2 across, including 2 ringing. No outs, 2 runners in score. From Jack Flow. Baseball's second and third. On how deep. Big curveball. Back with you can't hit your spots. 3-1 on the right. He hit the spot right there. I just didn't think lost the ball. Back tossed there. So he thought it was ball full Full count on the way. That one will be ball 4 in the dirt. Braden Hodges 3 for 3 on reaching the bases today with 2 walks. So you're going to get the second. Needed out. 3 runs, 3 hits, no. Just bring me back on here in a minute. Okay. Back here at Loudermilk Field, home half of the 5th inning. I'm Brett Loftus here. Apologize for technical difficulties, trying to get those back up as soon as possible. You know, it's on YouTube. We're having not the best sound, or maybe no sound at all. Trying to get that one back up is Will Annis, 9-1-2, leading us off here for BSC. Still out there on the bump is going to be Dylan Weber for CNU, now in his 5th inning of work. He can possibly qualify for the win here if he can keep CNU in the lead. As that'll be in the bottom half of the zone there, in the dirt actually, 3-0 now. Landis working a good AB thus far. His second time around. 1 for 1 as he stole a base and scored a run his first time. As I mentioned, Will had to leave the game yesterday due to an injury. Now head here 3-0 to begin the home half of the fifth. Good curveball there, barely catches the outer half, 3-1. Seems like we figured out the technical difficulties there. We apologize for that on the YouTube stream. Some sound issues. That one's chopped down the third base line and foul. We'll do 3-2 now, excuse me. Still with no outs here. Lannis leading us off. Those of you listening on the radio, I don't think we're experiencing any technical difficulties here on Z98.7 FM. Weber will come set. Full count delivery on the way. Chopped down to third base. Got to make a play on it. Hodges, he will. Throws it over to first. And this one will sail past first. Cassidy and the catcher, Caroline, backing it up. Caroline able to get there. Bang, bang play at first. Will Lantis able to reach for a second time today via an E5 there throwing error. Brian Williams up to the dish now. Turning the lineup back over. He had a rope out in the left field his last AB. 1 for 2 with a single there. Third time through the BSC lineup now. They've only been able to bring one across. Getting a leadoff runner here might go a long way, though, with Will Lantis over there at first. Weber comes set. Landis taking off. Good pitch to Still on breaking ball. He'll be in there safely. A great throw from Drew Caroline, but just not able to get it there due to the breaking pitch. Breaking pitch was a called strike 1, 0-1. If that had been a fastball, Lannis would have been dead in the water, but a great pitch to Still on there. 0-1 delivery on the way. Hit up and out of play down the first base line. 0-2 now to Brian Williams. Again, if you're just rejoining us here and you're wondering why we didn't have any audio, we have been working through those technical difficulties here on the Piedmont University Athletics YouTube stream, and it appears that we have figured them out. Thank you to all of those who have let us know. No outs here, one runner on scoring position on second. 0-2 at the plate here with Brian Williams. This one sits to the right side. Williams with his second hitter today. They're going to wave Lantis on, coming up throwing the right fielder Bowers, and Caroline has to play it up the first base line. Lantis is safe standing up. BSC able to get one back right there, 4-2.
Now batting the second baseman, Andrew Dutton.
Andrew Dutton stepping up to the dish now, 1 for 2 on the day. Seems for the recipe of success right now is to get on first, steal, and then your teammate will knock you in. We've seen it happen for CNU and then now for BSC. First pitch here off the plate, 1-0. Weber takes a long time. He'll deliver to first. Cassidy has to dig that one out of the dirt. Williams gets back standing up. As we mentioned earlier in the game, if you wasn't with us, Dutton, who normally does wear 7, we can only assume that he did not bring his jersey with him or something, and that's why he's wearing number 20 today, number 20, an open number on the BSC roster. 1-0 will instead be a pickoff play to first. Williams will get back this time standing up yet again. Home half of the fifth inning. Halfway done with the ball game, and CNU's up by 2. BSC already with one across, though, and Brian Williams gets checked yet again. Hasn't had to slide yet. I guess they just want to keep Brian close to the first base bag over there. Him and Jay Cassidy having a nice conversation. The first baseman for the captains. So now Weber comes set out there on the bump. He'll deliver home this time. And a big curveball there, sits right in his own, even at 1-1. Weber's first move was back that time, I think. Or excuse me, Williams' first move was back that time. I think he thought Weber was going to deliver over to first yet again. Instead, 1 ball, 1 strike hit the plate to the second baseman, Dutton. 1-1 delivery to Dutton yet again. Fastball up and out of the zone at his eyes. 2-1 now. Dutton got a lot of real estate out there in right center field. Connor Clark again playing to his right, to the left of the 400 sign on your screen at home. Two and one on the way. Whoa. They'll pick Brian Williams off at first. He's safe. They threw it back. They almost picked him off, rather should I say. As the curveball was behind Dutton's head, Drew Caroline able to get up out of his stance and catch it. Throws it back to first, could not get him there. So now we got 3-1 counted to plate, no outs. Brian Williams on first. Williams won't go. Dutton sends this one out to short. Shortstop can't make the play. Fisher boots it. The second baseman, Likas, throws it over to first. Cassidy can't catch it. Now both runners will advance up to second and third. Williams at second and a two-base error standing at Williams at third, Now a two-base error. Andrew Dutton standing at second. So it's sent out to Jonathan Fisher. Jonathan Fisher boots it off of his chest. Likas, the second baseman, picks it up, fires it over to first, fires it past Jay Cassidy. Jay Cassidy tries to go fight it in foul territory, and while he's doing that, Brian Williams advances to third, and now on second base is Andrew Dutton. His head coach John Harville for CNU is going to step out of the dugout. We'll see if we have our first pitching change of the day for the captains, or if this is just a mound visit here. A lot of errors on one play right there. 2 errors to be exact. 4 runs on 5 hits. 4 errors for Christopher Newport. 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors for BSC. BSC got a chance to tie the ball game here with the powerful left-handed hitting bat of Cole Stedman stepping up to the dish. 1 for 2 today as he's reached twice with a fielder's choice, or 0 for 2, as he has an RBI as he is grounded out and reached via fielder's choice. Last time up, he had that RBI ground out that brought the first run home for BSC and actually gave them the lead at the time, 1-0. Since then, CNU has hung 4 on the board, and then BSC able to put 1 on the board here in this home half of the 5th. Cole Stedman's got a chance to tie it up at 4 apiece. If he could put something in the outfield gap, and both of those guys could just run forever at second and third. Williams at third, Dutton at second after the 2-base error there. Fielding error and throwing error. That one's in the dirt. Drew Caroline made a good play there to keep it in front of him. 1 ball, no strikes now. Weber comes set. 1-0 delivery there. Stedman takes a good fastball in the outer half, even it up at 1-1. Feels like this at-bat could again go in a long way here. Just in the middle of the baseball game, but we've seen a lot of Piedmont at-bats yesterday, 4th, 5th, 6th innings go a long way in the deciding factor between BSC and Piedmont. Right now, Stedman's got a chance to tie it up. He sends this one down the third base line. Hodges trying to play it in foul territory. He cannot. Looked like he tumbled into the fence over there, the netting. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes, still no outs. Big thing here, no outs. Williams on third, Dutton on second. Will Annis has already come around the score here off that Brian Williams single, second at bat of the inning. Will Annis scored both of the BSC runs thus far as they trail 4-2 to the Christopher Newport captains. 1-2 on the way. Stedman takes a fastball in the outer half. Now it'll be a strike called number 3. Stedman He's about as upset as I've seen him all weekend about a strike 3 call. And honestly, he's got a really good point there. It looked a little high and a little out. Nonetheless, it'll be out number 1. We'll see John Harvell, the CNU manager, head coach, step out of the dugout. This will be a pitch and change at the end of the line for Dylan Weber. You're listening to baseball here on another two-way guy in here to pitch for Christopher Newport, Daniel Elliott. We saw him start at second yesterday, and then we also saw him pitch on opening night for CNU on Friday when they played Piedmont. So now we'll see him make his second appearance of the season and of the early spring tournament here. With 1 out, runners on second and third. He's got to face Noah Best. A good start there from the starter for CNU. Dylan Weber, 4 1/3, 1 earned, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. As Noah Best will take a breaking ball there, 1-0 off the plate, righty-righty matchup here. Weber would be responsible for the 2 guys on out there if they do score. So his earned run total could swell from 1 to possibly 3. As Noah Best, the cleanup hitter, ahead 1-0. He'll take a big swing there and foul tip that one to the backstop, even it up at 1-1. We had some chirping while we were at that break from the BSC fans. They were very, very not so pleased there with the home plate umpire. Again, BSC, they got a chance to tie up the ball game here with runners in scoring position. Daniel Elliott, again, has a chance to bring some momentum, some big momentum here. With only 1 away, if he can possibly get these 2 outs, but still keeping the lead. Maybe only if 1 comes across. We're seeing some pausing here from both umpires, the second base umpire and the home plate umpire. I'm not really sure what the issue is. Second base umpire said something to Daniel Elliott, and then the home plate umpire stepped out. I'm not sure what's going on. Daniel Elliott delivers here. That one hits Noah Best on the tricep. Elliott kind of looks confused and a little bit upset. I think he might have thought that Best might have leaned into that one. It looked like a curveball that might have not just broke enough to me. So now with 1 out, bases are juiced here. Silver lining, though. double play opportunity on the ground and a force at any bag, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ian Hancock, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Don't let that fool you, though. He was batting 1,000 coming into today, still 7 for 9 in the Piedmont Early Spring Series. Tournament, rather. Elliott comes set. 1 out. Here comes the delivery. Hancock sends that one down the left field line, up and out of play. Righty-lefty matchup here, as Weber, who was throwing it from the left side, saw a lot of favorable matchups. Now it'll be quite the opposite here for some of these powerful left-handed bats in the BSC lineup. BSC with the favorable matchups in the righty-lefty. 0-1 delivery here. Hancock sends this one up in the air. Shortstop Jonathan Fisher retreating in the shallow left. He'll catch it. It's not deep enough to advance any of the runners. So that'll be out number 2. Everybody will stay place as bringing up the powerful left-handed hitting catcher, Jack Fleming, 0 for 1 with a walk. Jack Fleming again. If you haven't been with us the past 2 games, Fleming able to go and hit a home run Friday and Saturday. So if he can hit one today, he'll for one still be on pace to hit one in every game of the year. But beyond that, he could give his team the lead with 1 swing of the bat here. This one, he got a good piece of that when he hit it up and behind us here, 0-1. It's going to be Brian Williams on third, Andrew Dutton at second, and then over there on first, Noah Best. At the plate, Jack Fleming, nowhere to put him here with 2 outs. So we're either going to see out number 3 or we're going to see some more BSC runs scored here. Already 1 across in the home half of the 5th. Big swing in the midst of the fastball under it. Top of the zone, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Daniel Elliott got a bite down here for the CNU captains. Jack Fleming's got a chance to be clutch here. You don't have too many opportunities to be clutch in the middle innings. Well, Jack Fleming's got a chance to do that right here. BSC dugout getting loud down there for their boy. 0-2 on the way. He'll take that one. I thought it was off of the plate, but a beautiful change up there to get Jack Fleming frozen at home plate. And after that strike 3 call and out number 3, we will see Jan Weisberg, the head coach for BSC, come out and have a half-inning conversation with the home plate umpire. You are listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Pitch and change here for BSC in back-to-back innings. Bringing it in is going to be the freshman right-hander Davis Williams. And Williams is making his collegiate debut here. The freshman right-hander from Cartersville, Georgia, attended Cartersville High School. Another Georgia native. Plenty of Georgia natives here on this Birmingham-Southern roster. As just coming out of the game, Jack Stevens, a senior left-hander, only went 1 inning, 3 earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts, gave up 2 ringing doubles. And also, if the game ended right now, or if it stays the same for the rest of these last 4 innings, Jack Stevens will be in line to receive the loss. Top of the order back up here for the Christopher Newport Captains, leading us off, the leadoff man, Connor Clark. Connor Clark 0 for 3 today with 2 ground outs and a fly out. Mr. Davis Williams going to have a tough task here freshman versus a fifth-year senior. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitching out of the windup. This one sit down the left field line, up and out of play, 0-1. First pitch of Davis Williams' collegiate career. Quickly working 0-1 on the way. Fastball off the plate there and outside, way outside, 1-1. Quickly moving along here in the top half of the sixth inning. Outer half, good change up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Davis Williams. Seeing Williams look like he's went breaking ball, fastball, changeup so far. Through 3 pitches. He'll get the sign he likes right here. 1-2 on the way. Be foul tipped into the backstop. 1-2 to be done yet again. Top half of the 6th, CNU looking to upset BSC for the second straight game. Piedmont able to do it 18-9 last night. CNU up 4-2 right here. Fouls that one up and out of play yet again. Do 1-2 again. And Piedmont able to do it after scoring 18 unanswered, after BSC scored 7 unanswered. Then a 2-run bomb in the top half of the 9th from the catcher, Shane Nelson. Swing and a miss there. Connor Clark strikes out for out number 1. Good change up there for out number 1. So that's going to bring up the second baseman, Justin Likas.
Now batting second baseman, Justin Likas.
Justin Likas got his first career collegiate hit in his last AB, a ringing double off of the wall out there in left field. He'll take that one, a 59-foot breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. Again, Birmingham-Southern ranked number 7 in the country preseason. And they really did play like it on opening day, beating Cal Lou 14-2. Last night through 4 innings, they were beating Piedmont 7-0. Piedmont came back, able to beat them 18-9. And then here today, trailing by only 2 to CNU. Again, we know BSC has a really good offense, so a 2-run lead for anybody against Birmingham-Southern is not safe. That bounces yet again in the dirt. 2 straight balls in the dirt, 3 straight balls in the dirt. 3-0 count now with only 1 out here. Congratulations to Davis Williams getting his first collegiate strikeout there against Connor Clark. And he'll get his first collegiate walk here. 4-pitch waltz to Justin Likas. And that'll bring up the powerful left-handed hitting 2-way bat of Jay Cassidy. Jay Cassidy has reached all 3 times he's came to the dish this afternoon. So he's 1 for 1 with a triple and 2 walks. Likas will take himself a pretty good lead over there at first. They'll throw back and almost get him. He'll be called safe. Wes Diamandis able to put down a tag over there at first. Big test here for Williams. Williams has been given the daunting task of saying, hey, don't give CNU any more runs. We need to keep it at a 2-run deficit. Good first pitch change up there, 0-1. CNU a good ball club, though. They really rely on their pitching and defense. They got some good bats in the middle of their lineup. It's a good throwback yet again. Won't get Likas over there at first. Some good middle of the lineup bats, though. And at the bottom and top of the lineups, they really have guys that you want, guys that can just go out there and get on base. And then you got guys like Jay Cassidy in the middle of your lineup who are going to bring them home. 0-1 on the way. Cassidy puts that one out there in the left center field, shallow left center field. It was so shallow indeed that Likas had to kind of wait up there to see if he was going to get over to shortstop Noah Best's head. It does, and Cassidy has now reached all 4 times he stepped to the dish today. 2 hits and 2 walks. Kyle Schofield, 1 for 3, steps up to the plate. Another one of those good middle of the lineup left-handed bats here for Christopher Newport. So another righty-lefty matchup in favor of Christopher Newport at the plate here. Runners on first and second. Likas at second. Cassidy at first. Swing and a miss there on a low and away. Looked like a changeup. 0-1. 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors for Newport. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for BSC. And all 6 hits have come from the 2 through 6. This one sit out to right field. Stedman gets his nose under it. No, he can't. He lost it in the sun. Both runners only advance up 1. Cole Stedman was under it and just lost it, and then it fell right in front of him, probably about 1.5 feet in front of him. Almost hit him as he lost it out there in the sun. It's really beaming down towards the right fielders today. We saw one earlier when that triple that Jay Cassidy hit. Camden McNerney kind of froze up there in right center field. Granted, that ball did one hop the wall, but McNerney on the nighttime in the dimmer sky, he could have definitely picked up that ball, but the sun just beaming down on the right and center fielders right now, kind of definitely hurting them out there. And again, that's going to hurt them right there. Schofield going to reach. They're going to give him a single because it's obviously hard hit baseball out there to right field. Scott Carlson comes up with 1 out and the bases juiced. He'll take a fastball up and out of the zone at 1-0. And again, Cole Stedman, he's been about as sure as they get out there in right field. We've seen him make some great plays all weekend. That's just one you got to deal with the elements. Up and out of play there, even it up at 1-1. And Coach Justin Scally, the head coach for Piedmont, something he likes to tell me all the time when I say, well, what if you got to do about the weather, or about the sun, or about the rain? He said, Brett, both teams have to play in it, and that's what we're seeing here today. 1-1, big swing and a miss under the fastball there. That'll run it to 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 1 out. Davis Williams has kind of pitched himself into a jam here in his first collegiate appearance. Can he pitch out of it? 1-2 on the way. This is one hit is up to shoot. Will it stay in play? It'll be up and out of play right behind the third base dugout. We'll do 1-2 yet again. You get a new ball out there on the mound. Williams steps back on the rubber. Pitching out of the windup now with the bases juiced. He'll let out a big exhale, 1-2 delivery. This one's hit same place, a little bit farther down the left field line, out of play. We'll do 1-2 yet again. Scott Carlson, another one of those really good middle of the lineup left-handed bats, 3, 4, and 5, all left-handed. And Cassidy, Schofield, and Carlson staying alive. 1-2 again. This one's hit up and actually lands in the stands. That'll be a souvenir for somebody that they'll have to give back. 1-2. That's one of the very few times I thought we were going to have a baseball up here in the press box. Doesn't happen too often here, the way the milk jug is made. Williams will step off, recognizing the moment, and Scott Carlson keep battling here. Carlson calls time, steps out. He'll look at his bat. Hopefully it'll give him a big-time hit here and extend the Christopher Newport lead. 1-2 on the way. Off the plate, run it to 2-2. Again, Newport, they hung 1 run in the top of the fourth, 3 runs in the top of the fifth, and now here in the top of the sixth, they are in a great spot to hang some more runs and possibly a crooked number. 2-2 delivery, cross and swing and a miss and a changeup. Huge pitch there from the freshman Davis Williams. Good golly, Miss Molly, was that beautiful. And that'll get out number 2. Justin Bauer steps up to the dish, 1 for 3 on the day. Gave us our first hit of the ball game, actually, there in the bottom of the second inning. Top of the second inning, pardon me. And we'll see here in the top of the 6th if he can unload the bases or at least bring 1 home here with 2 outs. He'll take another one of those big curveballs there from Williams, 0-1. Again, bases are juiced here. Likas, Cassidy, Schofield, third, second, and first. Bowers, did he check his swing? They'll say he did. Even it up at 1-1. Another curveball low and away. Heard a Birmingham-Southern parent go, that was a strike anyway. But instead, we'll have it even at the plate here at 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Bowers hit that one twice. Fouled it off of the plate, and then the follow-through knocks that out of play down the first base line. Look like the circus you go to. You see the Ringland, Barnum, and Bailey. They'll do some stuff like that there. How about that? Yeah, we don't have the circus anymore. Maybe a magic trick, like David Copperfield, almost what that reminds you of even. 1-2 on the way to Bowers. Bowers He'll do it again. Chop it off the plate and then hit it again right out in front of him. I think if David Copperfield needs a new assistant, he needs to hire Justin Bowers. As he's hit the ball twice. He's hit the ball 4 times in 2 pitches with the bat. He'll need to put it in play, though, if he wants to extend the Christopher Newport lead. Williams comes set. Out of the windup, he'll come 1-2. Swing and a miss! Davis Williams is hype. The BSC dugout is hype. He leaves, the bases loaded, and again keeps that deficit at just 2. The BSC bats, man, they're going to have to come alive, but that is a big momentum shifter if they do. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, you're listening to Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Daniel Elliott, his second work now for CNU. Camden McNerney leading us off quickly in 0-2 as he fouled the first one out of play. He'll watch a big breaking ball there. 0-2. Daniel Elliott out of the stretch here. McNerney. Diamandis on deck. Big strike number 3 there. Daniel Elliott froze McNerney at the plate with a big breaking ball for out number 1.
Now batting the first baseman,
Wes Diamandis up at the dish now, 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. And he'll need to get on base with 1 out here. Another big breaking ball, top of the zone, 0-1. If Diamandis can reach, then the tying run comes to the plate here in the home half of the 6th. CNU up 4-2. Diamandis down the left field line, up and out of play. 0-2 now. Again, only 4 hits for BSC and only 2 runs. They have scored 23 runs through the first 2 games as Diamandis sends that one way up in the air. Hodge is trying to play it in foul territory. Instead, the catcher, Drew Caroline, calls him off, and he'll play it behind home plate a little bit down the line for second out. Will Lantis will come up to the dish now after Diamandis pops out to the catcher. A P2 if you're counting that one at home. Lantis today, 1 for 2. He scored both of the BSC runs. He also has 2 stolen bases, both of the BSC steals. He's also reached twice, as he reached via, obviously, his hit, single that he had, and then an error. 2-base error he had reached there on. As he grounded out to the shortstop, shortstop played it off of his chest. And then the second baseman, Justin Likas, threw it past first baseman Jay Cassidy and ended up at second. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 delivery. That'll catch the outer half. Another one of those good breaking balls from Daniel Elliott, even it up at 1-1. Daniel Elliott again, just like Jay Cassidy, his teammate over there at first. Incredible two-way players. 1-1, that's fouled into the net, 1-2 now. Actually, I had the pleasure to meet Jay Cassidy yesterday and the manager, Coach John Harvell. And I told him, I said, I don't know where you're finding these two-way guys at, but you need to keep getting them. 1-2 on the way. That one's sent back up the middle, hits off of Elliott's foot. Can he get Landis at first? He'll throw it over there. And Landis will be safe by a footstep. Will Landis 3 for 3 on reaching today, now 2 for 3 at the plate. There's another infield single, he'll beat it out. Stepping up to the dish, a guy who's also 2 for 3, Brian Williams. Brian has 2 singles. He struck out looking to begin the home half of the first, but since then he's got 2 singles, very hard-hit baseballs as well, including one that drove in Landis there in the home half of the 5th inning. Brian sends this one down the third base line and foul. 0-1 here. 2 outs. As we saw quick, first 2 outs there. McNerney and Diamandis sat down via strikeout and a pop out. Landis over there on first with an infield single. And then now Brian Williams, what can he do at the dish here? A very soft thrown pickoff play there. Landis dives back in. He probably could have walked and gotten there. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Oh, 1 delivery. Brian will take that breaking ball in the bottom half of the zone. 0-2. He kind of looks at the home plate umpire like, where was that at? It's two strikes, 2 outs, no balls, 1 runner on. Williams will represent the tying run here if he can get aboard here with 2 outs. However, Daniel Elliott is trying to eliminate that from happening. 0-2 on the way. Fastball that probably would have been ball 1 is sent up there in the top of the pine tree. Actually hit about the apex of the pine tree. And we'll do 0-2 yet again. CNU, 4-2 ball game. They lead over the number 7 ranked Panthers of BSC. As Christopher Newport had a top of the 5th inning where they put up 3 runs. It's really been the big difference thus far. 1-2 on the way. Brian, another high fastball, sends it out to right center field. They're getting on their horses out there. They won't get there. He's 3 for 4. More importantly, Landis hustling around third. Williams might was going to go to third. He'll take a big turnaround second and retreat there. Brian Williams has driven in 2 of the 3 BSC runs, and he's got them back within 1, 4-3. How about them apples? 2 of the 3 RBIs today coming from Brian Williams. And Will Landis has scored all 3 of the Birmingham-Southern runs. Will Landis, as we mentioned today multiple times, but I just find it so spectacular and so great. Got injured in the Piedmont game last night and then back in the starting 9 today and has scored all 3 of the BSC runs. Brings them back to a 1-run deficit now. And the second baseman, Andrew Dutton, at the dish. Dutton to take a first pitch breaking ball there. 0-1, low and inside to the left-handed hitting Dutton. What a ball game. We've seen some great ones here this weekend. Piedmont dropped one to Calou, 5-3 on opening night. Fouled up and out of play, 0-2. And then here, BSC beat up on Calou 14-2 the first game on Friday. Second game on Friday, Piedmont walks it off against Christopher Newport 6-5. Yesterday, we see Christopher Newport lose to Calou 7-2. And then the second game yesterday, Piedmont beats BSC 18-9. And then here we are this afternoon, 4-3. As that one pops out of Caroline's glove, Williams is going to go, and he'll be there standing up. High fastball popped out of the glove. 4-3, as I mentioned there, CNU leads now. But that could all change. That's Andrew Dutton, one of the best hitters in the BSC lineup, at the plate right now. And then over at third, you got Brian Williams. 2 outs, though. 1-2 count at the plate. CNU defense has made 4 errors today. Will be the death of them. Dutton sends a smoker down the left field line, but it will be foul. 4 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors for Christopher Newport. For Birmingham-Southern, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors defensively. Dutton steps in there. Left-handed hitting second baseman. You don't see too many of those. Ozzie Albies a switch hitting second baseman. Left-handed hitting second baseman, very rare, so he'll take a ball there. That'll run it to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Marcus Giles comes to my mind, left-handed hitting second baseman, also played with the Atlanta Braves. Can't really think of too many other left-handed hitting second basemen. 2-2 smacked out to right field. The left-handed hitting second baseman will make it a tie ball game. Brian Williams could have walked home there. A hard hit line drive lands right at the feet of the right fielder, Justin Bowers, and we're all knotted back up at 4. Is the left-handed hitting, right fielder, Cole Stedman, up at the dish with 2 outs. Andrew Dutton on first. Cole Stedman struck out looking his last time up, and he was not pleased, to say the least, with the call from the home plate umpire. He knows the zone now. 2 already across here from his boys, and got a chance to give him the lead here with a 4-4 ball game. First pitch to him, up and at his dome top. 1-0. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. Elliott 1-0 in the dirt. They got him back at first. And Drew Caroline with an arm, able to get Dutton back there at first. He thought the ball got away from him. Dutton got too far away from the bag. And then Drew Caroline with an incredible arm. We've seen it at all tournament play, able to get him back there at first. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on. Most importantly, though, going to the top of the 7th inning, the Panthers have tied it all back up at 4. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. All right, come back ASAP when you can. All right. Seven, 8, 9 due up here for Christopher Newport in the top of the 7th inning. Drew Caroline, the guy that just made the play behind the plate to end the bottom of the 6th inning, will lead us off here. 1-0 count to him. Freshman right-hander Davis Williams out here in his 2nd inning of work. Caroline sends one to the shortstop, Best. Best tried to make a backhanded play on it. It skips up his glove. That should be ruled an infield single there for Caroline. Caroline. Reminds me of the Outcast song. Drew Caroline able to get a leadoff infield single there as he stands over there on first. Now Braden Hodges up at the dish. Still no at-bats for him today. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. He's reached all 3 times. That will be ruled an E6 as they'll try to pick Caroline back off at first after the bunt attempt by Hodges as he pulled it back 1-0. 0-1, pardon me there. Hodges did pull back, but it was called a strike. 0-1 with no outs here. Caroline over there on first. Hodges able to get that one down right in front of the plate. Fleming throws the first, gets Hodges out playing small ball here. As a sack bunt, Caroline at second, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, the shortstop, Jonathan Fisher. Fisher has reached once today due to a walk. His other two ABs was a ground out and a strikeout looking. Scout out on the mound's been very impressive. Davis Williams making his first collegiate appearance. Has one walk and 3 strikeouts. Really able to buckle down there in that last half inning. He pitched there in the top half of the 6th. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and able to strike out the last 2 guys, or 1 out, able to strike out last 2 guys he faced there. He'll start Fisher out here with a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 delivery. It'll be low and away there. 0-2 now. Good off-speed stuff. Looks like he's really working off of a curveball and a good changeup here, as he buckled some guys with that changeup thus far. He's got a chance to get another one here. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner out there on second. Drew Caroline. 0-2 on the way. This one's hit out to the second baseman, Dutton. Dutton makes the play. Throws it over to first for out number 2. That one took a weird hop there. Dutton, who was going to field it underhanded, had to kind of backhand it a bit. And we'll turn over our lineup, going back to the top of the lineup. Connor Clark. This will be the 5th time through the CNU lineup thus far. Clark does not have a hit. 0 for 4. Very surprising there. Big swing and a miss there to change up. 0-1 now with 2 outs. Caroline advanced to third on that ground out as well. So you have runner on third with 2 outs here. 0-1 on the way. Clark takes that one. I'm not sure if he was trying to drag bunt or what he was trying to do there, but he's about 1 foot out of the box when the pitch got there. Good changeup at the bottom of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Williams working ahead yet again. 0-2 delivery. This one's sitting down the left field line and out of play. All 7 of the CNU hits have come from batters 2 through 6 in the lineup. 1 from Likas in the 2-hole, 2 from Cassidy in the 3-hole, 2 from Schofield in the 4-hole, and then 1 each from Crossan and Bowers in the 5 and 6 holes. Nobody else in the lineup has a hit except for the 2 through 6 guys. This one's sent out to the shortstop, Noah Best. Best L60 in the inning. So Drew Caroline reaches there via an E6, and then it's 1, 2, 3 from there. No runs, no errors, one error, and 1 left on base. Heading to the stretch here in the middle of the 7th inning. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. We're going to wait for the 7th inning stretch to finish out there. Back here at the Milk Jug, going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Daniel Elliott still going to be out there on the bump for CNU. Now going into his 3rd inning of work, as it will be 3, 4, and 5 due up here, as Cole Stedman will lead us off. Stedman was at the dish to end the bottom of the 6th. But if you recall, Drew Caroline, the catcher for the Captains, was able to pick off Andrew Dutton at first as he was trying to dive back in. and able to get him out. Getting harder to line up due up here for BSC. I'm Brett Loftus. You are listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Daniel Elliott threw 2 innings thus far. To an inning and 2/3. 2 earned, 3 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So pretty good outing. You got to keep it tie ball game here if you're seeing you. And again, obviously Birmingham-Southern, let's state the obvious. They got to break it wide open with the heart of the lineup. Stedman able to foul tip that one off the Loudermilk field side. Heads up! Pardon me for all of you listening out there. It hit off the D in field, and then it went back onto the field, and it landed about 2 feet in front of Drew Caroline, and that Cole Stedman out there, the catcher and the hitter at the plate. It's kind of afraid for their safety there. 0-1 delivery from Elliott. Big swing and a miss there from Stedman on a change-up. 0-2. Righty-lefty matchup. Then you'll see righty-righty matchup and Noah Best on deck, and then another righty-lefty matchup with Ian Hancock. 0-2 on the way. Stedman swinging a miss under that fastball up and away. And that'll be 3 strikes. Sit him down for Daniel Elliott for out number 1. Up at the dish now, the shortstop, Noah Best. 0 for 2 today. Has reached via a hit by pitch, though. He's also grounded out and flew out. He'll chop one down the first base line as it'll go foul. Drew Caroline will sprint after it. It'll be about even with the with the first base coach's box. I mean, it had no chance of going fair. And Drew Caroline, I guess, kind of keeping it light out there on the field, acting like it was going to stay fair. It's way over in the grass. Quite the comedian playing backstop and catching for the captains of Christopher Newport. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Best today looking for his first hit of the ball game. 0-1 delivery from Daniel Elliott. That'll bounce in the dirt, even it up at 1-1. Again, this Piedmont early spring tournament has been quite the success. Was quite the success, for Cal and Piedmont, who ended up going 2-1. His Best sends this one down to third and through the 6.5 hole. Between Hodges and Fisher on the left side of infield, Best first hit of the day. Coming up, Ian Hancock with 1 out and a runner on first. Been quite the success, as I was saying there, for Cal and Piedmont, who both went 2-1. As Cal dropped the game to BSC, Piedmont dropped the game to Cal. And then here today playing BSC, they're 1-1. Looking to make it 2-1. Could possibly fall to 1-2. Newport, CNU has yet to get a win as they lost to both Cal and Piedmont. This one's fouled back into the net, as it'll be 0-1 here with 1 out. Runner on first. Mr. Noah Best, as you just heard or saw, got his first hit of today, a single through the Tony Gwynn copyrighted 6.5 hole in there on the left side of the infield. The late great Padres right fielder. Stealing here and throwing him out, Drew Caroline. Noah Best got a good secondary there. Drew Caroline a better throw. And that'll be out number 2. Called strike at the plate as well. 0-2, 2 outs. Drew Caroline, one of the best defensive catchers in the country. I mean, what an arm. This guy ended the top of the 6th, throwing a guy back out at first, and then able to hose a guy at second right there. 0-2 on the way up and out of play. As I was saying, though, before Noah Bass got hosed there, 6.5 hole from the legendary right fielder for the San Diego Padres for many, many years, Tony Gwynn, copyrighted that. Able to put it right on through there. But there, Drew Caroline able to kick him right off of the base passes with that beautiful throw down to second. 0-2 delivery. Big swing and a miss there from Ian Hancock. And Daniel Fleming, an unconventional 1-2-3. Strikeout single. Throw him out at second. And then Hancock strikes out on 4 pitches. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left on. You are listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for Christopher Newport. Leading us off is going to be Justin Likas, the second baseman. Out there on the bump, Davis Williams, the freshman right-hander. He's ate some good innings, and now he'll be beginning the top half of the 8th here, beginning his 3rd inning of work. First pitch here is going to be a fastball up and away to the right-handed hitting Likas. 0-1. I'm Brett Loftus here. Been going solo all day. Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Big 0-1 curveball there. Curve right over the heart of the plate. 0-2 now. Williams, freshman right-hander, very impressive collegiate debut here. So he'll bounce that one in the dirt at 1-2. Again, Likas making his collegiate debut on Friday. Got his first collegiate hit this afternoon with a ringing double into left field. 1-2 on the way. He'll chop that one down the third base line and foul over into the third base dugout of Christopher Newport. We'll do 1-2 yet again. Battle of the captains and the Panthers, all deadlocked at 4 apiece here. 1-2 on the way, sitting down the right field line. It'll go foul and out of play. Do 1-2 yet again. All 4 of the runs for CNU came in the 4th and 5th inning. 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. As this one's chopped down to third, Williams makes a good play. He'll throw it over to first for out number 1. Stepping up to the dish, Jay Cassidy now, the big left-handed hitting first baseman. Has not been retired yet today. 2 for 2 with a single and a triple, as well as 2 walks.
Now batting first baseman Jay Cassidy.
Top half of the 8th. His BSC's runs have been kind of scattered about. 1 in the home half of the 3rd to take a 1-0 lead. And then they fell behind in the 5th, able to cut back into it with 1 more in the home half of the 5th, and then tie it up in the home half of the 6th with 2 more. That's how we've gotten a 4-4 ball game. 0-1 delivery. Cassidy had strike 1 called on him, and then takes one that bounces 57 feet, 1-1. One delivery on the way. That one is out to the left-hand hitting Cassidy. 2-1. As he's been having some mid-season ABs thus far, seeing the ball really, really well today. And they need it right now. 4-4 ball game. Who's going to break this tie first? Cassidy takes that one inside and low. 3-1. Again, Cassidy hasn't been retired yet, and he's working ahead in a plus count now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Maybe the best game we've seen here in this Piedmont Early Spring Tournament in the final game, number 6. Hit up and out of play. Running it full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. I don't know if it's a coach or a player down there in the BSC dugout, but kudos to him. He's really encouraging Davis Williams after every pitch, stepping out there just above the dugout. Can't encourage him on that one as Jay Cassidy 3 for 3 today. As he'll send a single to the right side of the infield between Diamandis, the first baseman, and Dutton, the second baseman. That'll bring up the cleanup hitting DH, the left-handed hitter, Kyle Schofield. Righty-lefty matchup here for Davis Williams. And then just another good piece of hitting for Jay Cassidy. Again, for all of those out there watching, if you got any votes to cast on two-way player of the year in Division III, Jay Cassidy might get some of those, as well as Carter Ballstedt, Piedmont's two-way guy, who went 3-1 bomb last night in Piedmont's offensive outburst in the home half of the 8th against Birmingham-Southern. 1-0 count as that one bounces in the dirt to Schofield. Williams will check Cassidy back at first. Diamandis drops the ball, but it's right there in front of him. He'll pick it up and throw it back to Williams. Jay Cassidy, though, not just a power hitter. I mean, he does a good job at that, but just a really good hitter up there at the plate as well. That would hit the ball at all parts of the yard. 1-0 off of the plate. It'll be 2-0 now. That was outside. Two-0 count. Schofield takes a change up on the outer half. That will be the first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Four runs apiece. Both have 8 hits apiece. The only difference, Newport with 4 errors today in Birmingham-Southern with only 1. That one's going to bounce in the dirt Now Schofield is ahead 3 balls to 1 strike here with 1 out. Double play on the ground, still intact with Cassidy over there at first. He's also not taking the biggest of leads here. Schofield, big swing and a miss there on that changeup. Might have been, a 12-6 curveball to run it full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind staying about the same. Still a cool, crisp day as we get later in on to the afternoon. Still staying cool. And that'll be a curveball there on the inner half. It won't quite catch the inner half as Schofield jogs down to first after a 6-pitch walk. Up to the dish, left-handed hitting Scott Crossan now. 1 for 3 with an RBI double. So now Cassidy on second. Over there on first, we will see Mr. Schofield, Scott Crossan at the plate. See the pitching coach for BSC emerge from that first base dugout. Cannot tell if we're having anybody getting ready down there in the first base bullpen or BSC or not. I see some guys stretching, see some guys throwing around the weighted ball, but I don't see anybody actually throwing to a catcher. Only one out here. Runners on first and second for Christopher Newport. Williams thus far, we can't brag on him enough. 2 1/3 in his collegiate debut, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts is what he surrendered. Like I said, can't brag on him enough. He's really been able to come in here and allowed the BSC offense to get in a bit of a groove. And obviously they came back and tied the ball game since he's been in the game. He's been able to stop the bleeding here for the Christopher Newport offense. And they kind of became a little stagnant until now here in the top of the 8th. Runners on first and second. You got the left-handed hitting Scott Crossan at the dish. Things can get really interesting. You put a butt down. Can they make the play in foul territory? No, they cannot. Jack Fleming was chasing it down towards the the Christopher Newport third base dugout and could not get there. So that bunt foul tip will be strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Runners on first and second. Schofield and Cassidy have about average speed here. So double play would be intact. Coming set, Davis Williams. Good changeup at the top of the zone, 0-2 now. Looks like they're about to get a guy up down there in the first base bullpen now, maybe 2 guys for BSC. But first they're going to worry about Davis Williams on the field as he'll step off. They'll issue Davis Williams a warning. I heard the second base umpire say that they'll issue him a warning. They'll say, if I heard correctly, say that you cannot come set and step off. Nonetheless, no balk called there. 0-2 delivery. Big swing and a miss there. Davis Williams with a big-time changeup and out number 2. Can he leave him stranded yet again? Justin Bowers is going to have something to say about that one. Runners on first and second. Davis Williams, Justin Bowers, 4-4 ball game. Top half of the 8th inning, 2 outs here at the Milk Jug. The Lions aren't playing, so who's going to get a bit of that Milk Jug magic here this afternoon? I don't know. We're going to find out. Come set. First pitch, a fastball way too inside there. Almost hit the belly button of Bowers. 1-0. An incredible baseball game today. Incredible. If you love everything about baseball, pitching, hitting, defense, you love this game right here. Bounces 1 in the dirt, 2-0. We've had it all. We've had defensive blunders. We've had some hard-hit baseballs that have one-hit the wall. We've had some very good clutch pitching. Had some clutch hitting as well. We've had comebacks. Seeing you up at one point by a score 4-1. We got a nationally ranked team in number 7 BSC. I mean, seriously, an incredible ball game as that one bounces again. Now, we got a freshman out there on the mound making an incredible collegiate debut. We had another freshman, Justin Likas, the second baseman for CNU, able to get his first collegiate hit today. Davis Williams for BSC, incredible freshman pitching debut. So he's able to get back in the count now at 3-1. I mean, this is what you love to see about collegiate baseball. This is why you watch it. Davis Williams trying to bite the bullet here. Keep it a tie ball game and keep him a scoreless 3 innings. 2 outs, runners on first and second. 3-1 against Bowers. Bowers will call time. Bowers, another one of these seeing you guys not wearing batting gloves. I love it, the throwback look here. He'll step back in there. Cassidy on second. Over at first, Schofield. 3-1. This one's set up in the air. Wes Diamandis under it at first. Is he going to catch it? He will. He almost drops it, but he does. Davis Williams, have a collegiate debut, man. He is able to strand 2 more yet again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. I mean, goodness, this guy has it. Going to the home half of the 8th inning. Can BSC break the tie at 4-4? You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here, we're going to have our third pitcher of the day, our second pitching change of the day for the Christopher Newport Captains. Coming to the ball game, David Gingras. He's going to come in here and pitch the bottom half of the 8th inning, as it's going to be 7, 8, 9 due up. Wes Diamandis going to lead us off here. 8, 9, and 1 due up here for BSC. Actually, 6, 7, 8. Jack Fleming is out there, and then Diamandis. That's what it should be. As Ian Hancock struck out to end our last home half of the inning in the bottom of the 7th. So it should be 6, 7, and 8 with Jack Fleming leading us off. Is David Gingras pitching? He has pitched earlier in the series, sophomore right-hander. Jack Fleming going to go ahead and walk up there to the dish. Jack today, a senior from Lambert High School, is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's also struck out looking and grounded out once as well. First pitch from Gingras is going to be a big breaking ball into the inside part of the plate. Won't catch it there at 1-0. Gingras thus far has only appeared in one game, like we said, 1 inning, which he had 1 earned, gave up 3 hits thus far. Fleming sends that one way up in the air. Caroline converging on it. Hodges as well. And falling to the ground is going to be Drew Caroline over there right in front of the CNU dugout. Looked like that little divot we have here at the milk jug between the grass and the warning track outline got Caroline there, and he slipped a little bit. Braden Hodges wasn't close enough to make the play. So not able to make that play in foul territory. 1-1 now. Jack Fleming will live to see another pitch or two. 6, 7, 8 again due up here. It's going to be Fleming, the left-handed hitting catcher. Camden McNerney, the right-handed hitting center fielder. And then another left-hander, first baseman Wes Diamandis. 1-1 delivery. Fleming takes another breaking ball there on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-4. Got a tie here at the milk jug. Christopher Newport, Birmingham-Southern. Big swing and miss there. Beautiful change up there from Gingras for out number 1. Up to the dish now, the center fielder, Camden McNerney. 2 strikeouts today, both looking, also reached via an error. Still searching for his first hit of the day. Pitching out of the stretch here, it's going to be Gingras. As this one's hit way up in the air. Cassidy trying to fight it in foul territory to first baseman. He will for out number 2. So a quick first 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th. And now stepping up to the dish, Wes Diamandis. He's got the power to untie this ball game with one swing of the bat. The obvious question is, can he? As David Gingras looking pretty good out there thus far. Change up way off the plate to the left-handed hitting Diamandis. 1-0 count now. 1-0. Another big curveball there. Be to the inner half of the plate to Wes. Even it up at 1-1. 1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be in the dirt. 2-1 now. Every guy that comes to the plate from now on for both teams is the go-ahead run. Could be possibly the winning run from now on. 2-1. Diamandis sends that one up in the middle, and that'll be a hit. The shortstop, Jonathan Fisher, tried to go to his left and dive out for it, but could not. That's going to be right up the middle for the first hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First hit of the day for Wes Diamandis.
Now batting the left fielder, Will Landis.
Will Landis, he's 2 for 3 today. He scored 3 out of the 4 of the BSC runs. He also has 2 stolen bases. Will Landis is having quite the day, and that's exactly what you want out of your 9-hole hitter. Will now has the chance to drive in Wes over there at first. As that one's taking it in the dirt. 1-0 now. Quick 2 outs here from David Gingras, and then now he's kind of not in danger with a guy on first, but kind of got to pitch out of this. Give Christopher Newport the chance to take the lead in the top of the 9th. Lantis will take one low and away there. 1-1 as it caught the bottom part of the strike zone. Righty-righty matchup here. We're seeing some guys playing catch down there in the BSC bullpen. It'll be interesting to see if Davis Williams comes out again. They'll check Diamandis over there at first. He'll get back in time. 2 first basemen having a little fun over there in Diamandis and Cassidy. A big breaking ball there that buckled Lantis at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Brian Williams waits on deck, getting ready to flip it over here if Landis can reach. 1-2 delivery. Landis sends one out to left field. Will it be caught? No. It'll fall right in front of Scott Crossan. So Landis just keeps doing his thing. 3 for 4 today. And here comes up another man who's also 3 for 4, Brian Williams. Brian Williams has been about the hardest out for BSC today. Christopher Newport can't get him out. They struck him out looking the first at-bat of BSC's day in the bottom half of the first. Since then, all he's done is 2 singles and a double, and all 3 of those were ropes off the bat. Now he's got a chance to bring home the go-ahead run here in the home half of the 8th inning. Williams take a good breaking ball here on the bottom part of the zone. 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Let's paint the picture. Diamandis at second. Go-ahead run. Lantis is just insurance over there at first. 4-4 ball game here. Number 7 team in the country playing Christopher Newport, still looking for their first win of the year. Williams sends it up the middle. It'll go into center field. Diamandis is being waved home. Connor Clark comes up throwing to third. Landis will be safe. It'll sail into the CNU dugout. Landis will get there. Brian Williams will get the third. And Brian Williams, player of the game thus far, breaks it back open and gives BSC a 6-4 lead. There's that milk jug magazine. The third baseman for BSC. Man, he has been unstoppable today. 4 for 5. Wow. Incredible. A rope back up the middle. Diamandis scored easily. Lantis head first slide into third. Throws sails over to third baseman Hodges. He's able to get up and score. And then from there, they were trying to gather up the ball in foul territory. Brian Williams just sneaks on over to third. The bleeding might not be done yet. 0-1. Andrew Dutton at the plate. As he'll take a first pitch breaking ball. No balls, 1 strike here, 2 outs. That one's off the plate at 1-1. This one sent out to the second baseman, Likens. Likens gathers it up, throws it to first for out number 3. Brian Williams busted open here and gives BSC a save opportunity and a chance to go 2-1 here in the Piedmont early spring tournament. Can they? We'll see. Heading to the top of the 9th inning. They're leading by 2. You're listening to Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Top of the 9th inning. BSC leads over Christopher Newport 6-4. BSC number 7 team in the country. Got a chance to move to 2-1 on the year and finish off the Piedmont early spring tournament at the same record with wins over Cal Lou and possibly Christopher Newport. Christopher Newport, though, they probably will have something to say about that one. Drew Caroline going to lead us off here. Bottom 3 of the lineup due up in Caroline, Hodges, and Fisher. Davis Williams, the freshman right-hander, still out there on the mound. First pitch will be in the dirt here. No, he's got to be amped up right now. Now in his 4th inning of work. Very impressive from the young man thus far. Inner half won't be called a strike. 2-0 now. From Cartersville, Georgia. He's pitching a bit of a home game here for him. 2-0 delivery on the way. This one chopped down out to the shortstop. Best can't make a play on it. It gets past him. 6.5 hole yet again. So just like that, Caroline reaches with a leadoff single, and that'll bring up the tying run. Braden Hodges, the third baseman, steps up to the dish. See how long they leave Davis Williams out here. Again, 3+ innings out of him now. Caroline on first, top of the 9th inning, 6-4 lead. As Brian Williams broke the tie for us in the bottom half of the 8th. Scoring 2 runs off of his single. He had an RBI and then another one in the form of Will Annis reached home via an error. 0-1 pitch. That'll bounce in the dirt, even up at 1-1 to Braden Hodges. Hodges yet to record an AB thus far. So he has 2 walks, a hit by the pitch, and a sack bunt. So just 4 plate appearances for him. Williams comes set. 1-1 delivery. That'll bounce in the dirt yet again. Move it to 2-1. Williams showing a bit of fatigue here. It'll be interesting to see what the legendary manager for BSC does, Jan Weisberg. Will he keep his young freshman out there, or will he make a call to the pen here? This one's sent way up to shoot. Closing on it. Williams over near the dugout. It stayed right in foul play, in foul territory rather. Williams, the third baseman, Williams, the pitcher, and then also Fleming, the catcher, all converging on it but could not get there. And Davis Williams went over the railing there. Good sportsmanship by CNU to catch him. So now we'll stand at 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Davis Williams wants a pearl out there on the mound. His catcher, Jack Fleming, will throw him one. 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 errors for Christopher Newport. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for BSC. They lead by 2, top of the 9th inning. 2-2 pitch. Oh, and a bending curveball. Ring him up. Davis Williams, is this guy human? Out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Jonathan Fisher up to the dish. 0 for 3 today with a walk. And now a double play ends the ball game. First pitch, same breaking ball, just a little bit outside to the right-handed hitting Jonathan Fisher. 1-0. Best ball game of the weekend thus far. I can say that decisively now. 6-4 ball game. And that one will hit Jonathan Fisher. Game's not over yet, though, with 1 out. As the tying run is now aboard. The go-ahead run coming to the dish as we'll turn the lineup back over. Connor Clark. Davis Williams, how much longer will he stay in the ball game? He'll stay in for at least this guy here, Connor Clark. 2 runners on. Connor Clark, the go-ahead run. At the plate, 1 out. Double play can end it. Ball in the gap can tie it. Ball up and out of the zone, a fastball there. Righty-lefty matchup here with Connor Clark. Drew Caroline at second, led off the inning with a single. Braden Hodges struck out. Jonathan Fisher over at first, hit by a pitch. We only got 1 out. 6-4 ball game. This one's hit down to first. Diamandis trying to make a play on it. Nobody's coming first. Oh, he just throws it. One is going to come home in the form of Drew Caroline. 6-5 ball game. Advancing to third, Jonathan Fisher. The tying run only 90 feet away. Connor Clark stands at first. Standing up, Justin Likas. That's the first run allowed by the young freshman, Davis Williams. Looks like they'll keep him out here only with a 1-run lead. Davis Williams taking a little extra time. Still haven't seen head coach Jan Weisberg appear from that first base dugout, and he won't. Jack Fleming going to bark out the signals here to his defense. Christopher Newport, 2 runners on here, both at the corners. 1 out. Davis Williams on the mound for BSC, the number 7 team in the country, clings to a 1-run lead. This one's hit out the left field. Landis has his nose under it. This is going to be maybe a sac fly. He's coming home. Landis throws it home. Deke catches at the plate. He's out. That's how we're in the game. Will Landis throws him out of the plate. Oh, my gosh. What a tag by Jack Fleming to get it there. The number 7 team in the country clings to a 1-run lead to end it. 6-5 ball game. Milk jug magic. Will Landis with the play of the game to end it. Wow. 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 What a play. Will Landis throw a little bit up the line. Didn't look like the runner Jonathan Fisher took off quite in enough time. Took off just a little bit too late. Jack Fleming able to get the tag back there just in time. What a ball game. This is D3 baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Love it, like it, or hate it. I personally love it. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to have our stats after this best game of the series, the last one, the best one, here from Loudermilk Field. You're listening to Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. The Milk Jug, I'm Brett Loftus, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just about speechless after that just incredible baseball game we just saw. 6-5, number 7 team in the country, Birmingham-Southern Panthers. They win a one-run game, 6-5 against Christopher Newport. Christopher Newport, nothing to hang their heads about. They played 3 really, really good ball games this weekend, losing to all 3 games. They got walked off on Piedmont by the same score, 6-5. Got beat 7-2 yesterday by Calou, and then 6-5 here today by Birmingham-Southern. Man, no. Goodness gracious, so many guys to talk about. Really only 3 that I want to point out, all on the side for Birmingham-Southern. Brian Williams, the leadoff guy, the third baseman, special baseball player. We'll be sure to follow him for the rest of the year. 4 for 5 today. Drove in 3 of the 6 Birmingham-Southern runs. I mean, just incredible. Will Lantis also. Will Lantis makes the play of the ball game out there in left field. But beyond that, what he did at the plate today, 3 for 4, all 3 singles, stole 2 bases. He scored 4 of the 6 Birmingham-Southern runs. And then on the mound, Davis Williams, making his collegiate debut, pitched 4 innings, allowed only 1 run. That run was not earned. 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Davis Williams, have a collegiate debut there, young man. Just absolutely cold-blooded. He'll get the win as well here from Loudermilk Field today. Wow, what a baseball game. Again, that play we'll revisit here shortly from Will Lantis. Shallow left field. He probably caught it about, if you ever been to Loudermilk Field, there's a shade, there's a shadow casted here down left field by the big light pole we have. He caught it about right where the light pole shadow is. Caught it, threw it a little bit up the first base line. Jack Fleming, the backstop, catches it in the air, no hop, tags the guy. In the form of the runner was Jonathan Fisher, the shortstop for CNU, catches it, tags him literally a hair before he touches home. How else would you rather in a baseball game than that? I mean, walk-offs are cool. Piedmont had one the other night. You love a W any way you can get it. But to walk it off with a throw like that, just absolutely incredible. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up one final time here from this Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. It has been an incredible time to be in line, and it has been an incredible time to watch 4 great baseball teams play this weekend. We're going to take another short break. You're listening to Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.